Hello everybody, welcome back to a new episode of SBK. I am so excited, we've got a lot to do today, including a bit of building, which me and Leon have spent some time in between episodes just gathering up. There is lots and lots of stuff here, because today we are going to be filling out that entire disc behind Wanda. Leon and I have been working very hard on the creative server to make sure that we've got some wonderful designs for our city. But we do have one matter of business to attend to before that, and that is two things, actually. We have two things to attend to before we get to building today, and the first of which is a grounders meeting. So in the last episode, we of course terraformed the entire area into the mossy landscape that it now is. I love how you can see the different pinwheel shapes of the biomes that are expanding out into the different kingdoms. I think it looks fantastic. I've gotten so many people on the server saying how good it looks, but somehow only nature wanted to join. So while it does look amazing and people have been really enjoying it, we are going to have to do something more to try and bring more people into the grounders, but we will wait and see about that in the meeting. The other thing that I want to get on to work to today is favor routes. Now, this has been something that I've left a little bit untouched for a while, but I think today we are going to do an audit of the kingdoms and see where they're at in terms of their favor with Spruce. So that is something I will be doing today as well, probably split across the episode because there is a lot of kingdoms to get to. So we're going to be going to every kingdom today, hopefully, and giving them a little audit to see what I can do to bring up their favor and to see what they can do as well, because this isn't just me doing this is them doing it for themselves. But I think the first thing we need to do is go and deal with the grounders. Okay, so this was a long meeting, so I thought I'd just run through the highlights of this nonsense. So we welcomed everyone, mentioned that nature has joined the grounders. The ground is all mossy as well since last time because it's been a long time since we had another meeting. We talked about next steps and ideas for what comes next, including paths, custom trees and natural builds, as well as an information centre. We take suggestions on what else can be done to bring people to the ground, and we talk about a picnic day or field trip and a swimming challenge as well. That then covers everything I had prepared, so I asked if anyone else had any business, and this is where things really decided to go off the rails. Leon brings up Milkman flying a lot, despite being a grounder. Milkman, who has apparently been eavesdropping and listening to all of this, comes crashing in and retaliates by saying both Leon and Anathra have been flying as well. We then decide that somebody should leave the grounders based on all of this, and it be decided by a foot race, since that's something that can be done on the ground. Milkman, of course, cheats using an elytra anyway, so is disqualified and kicked out of the grounders. He then leaves, angry, and just when you think, okay, that's fine, just a bit of conflict, no, an invisible Devon shows up with a proposal of making invisible bridges between a lot of the islands and wants our help with it since, you know, we're on the ground. We do end up agreeing and help, and thus Devon has joined the grounders, replacing our local madman with a slightly less local, slightly madder man, so it balances out. Well, that was not a bad meeting after all. Hi, Wanda. Oh, did I just miss the fish? Oh, Matt. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that was not a bad meeting. I think that went really well, all Milkmans considered. And yeah, I am really happy with that. I am going to start planning out some of the builds to go onto the ground very soon. And that should be showing up in the next few weeks. But for the time being, one of the things we need to focus on is... Hold on. Oh. Yikes, okay. One of the things we are going to need to focus on next is probably picking up our penguin friend and making him feel a bit better because his happy gas is dead now. But beyond that, we have got a big task of this disc over here. This is a disc that Leon and I have been designing for a little while now, and we are ready to start putting the blocks down in here. Although I do think that there will be some buildings that have a little bit less detail than I want in them, but we can always come back and fix them at a later date. So I'm gonna go and meet up with Leon, and we can get started on this build. So it's been a while since the last episode, and I'm sorry for that. Life happens when you least expect it, and that's unfortunately what's happened to me. But we're back, and I'm hoping to get back to consistency as well. Of course, that means Leon and I have been full steam ahead on finishing the base, and I've been working on designs for the ground as well, which we'll get into soon after this episode. Some of these buildings have been done during streams as well as some interiors, and decorating the city to make it feel more lived in, and even moving into the big stone town hall on this disc with the storage and making a couple of rooms you'll see after the time-lapse. SBK Season 2 is coming close to an end as well, and I have a lot to do, so it's going to be a jam-packed few episodes coming up, but before that I wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you to so many people. To my fellow Skyheads that have made my first season a especially memorable one, to any of the guests that joined during events to mix things up a little, to my friends who have supported me through doing this, and most importantly, to you guys for enjoying and interacting with these videos and for giving me so much support in my first season of SBK. I am so stoked for the next season, but we've got to finish this one off first. So let's go ahead with that. And there we have it. We have finished this huge disc. Actually, no, we've not. That's a lie. There's a building around the corner that we've not actually made yet, but that's okay. I will do that very soon. So with that, we have more or less finished this disc in the kingdom. The city is looking amazing, especially from the walkway. You can walk down and see all of the shops. It's actually been a while since we recorded that because of, you know, the whole thing I just mentioned. But no, I'm really excited. I've added a couple of interiors. I love the fact that you can just walk around down the alleyways to get to different places in the kingdom. And I actually moved all of our storage. For the first time in the entire season, we moved our storage. I also did a stream on Twitch where I made a couple of rooms for both Leon and myself and decorated them as much as I could with our kind of color themes. So I'm blue, of course, and I included our friend Forcey's head there because he's blue, and red for Leon, of course, because of his lovely red scarf. Now, since that last time-lapse, a lot has actually happened. So much so that I've lost my boat. That there has been an entirely new disc finished by Leon. Leon has been hard at work, and a big shout out to him. He's one of the best island partners I could have ever asked for. He's amazing. Oh, there he goes. That's good timing. Okay. He's practicing for an ice boat race, but more on that in a little bit. So I've actually not walked around here yet. I don't think Leon is big on interiors. I might try and surprise him with doing a few of these myself, but it's such a beautiful area. I love it so much. The designs he does are so amazing. I'm endlessly impressed with his creativity. Absolutely wild. And when the season ends, I'm going to be really disappointed not to be in an island partnership with him anymore, because he is just the best. How do I get up here? Okay, there's a station there, but I don't know how to get up there. Now, something that wasn't mentioned in the Grounders meeting is the fact that we can now use our elytras within our kingdoms, more so as a utility to help us get around and to build, because we realized that in order for us to make the best builds possible for people to enjoy as much as possible, we needed a way for people to have a much easier time with building in a fast and controlled way, and so we decided that elytras are okay to use when it comes to building and for emergency situations, as always. Now, there's a couple more things that I need to show you just before we get into the next bit. So okay, this is actually kind of unrelated, but over here, we have replaced a couple of the ice trays with cauldrons. filling up with powdered snow. Now, that's insane, and it is essentially because Acorn Bandit over in Acacia asked for, I think it was something like around like 2,800 powdered snow buckets. I have no idea what she or Ruby want them for, but I'm excited to see what they do. Now here, there's an Anathra, and I'm going to fly up for this so you guys can see it properly, is something that Leon has been working on and has mentioned for a lot of the season. But we have finally got our ice boat course up and running. I say we, Leon did this. This is entirely all Leon. He's done absolutely amazing with it. People have been setting time trials and trying to get the best time possible. And very, very soon, and what Leon was actually practicing for, was the Grand Spree. So, you know, a Grand Prix like in Super Mario Kart, people are going to be racing. I don't know how many people are doing it, but me, I'm not going to be racing. I'm basically a veteran of ice boat racing for all the events I've played in. And as a result of my expertise, I am actually going to be casting it. Woo! So, that's going to be in the next episode. What's he doing? Okay, that's going to be the next episode, and I'm very excited for it. And I know this one's a little bit shorter, and I know it's been a while since I got an episode out, but I am going to call it here. I want to do a lot more work. In the next episode is going to be the Grand Spree, and then beyond that, I'm going to be working on the rest of the city and the ground again, because it is getting closer and closer to the end of the season, and I want to make sure that we have left no stone unturned. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's taken so long to get this episode out, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!